Hey everyone, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your daily forecast for the day of Sunday, May 27th, 2018. Now before I get started, I just have two announcements, the same ones I've been giving you this week. First of all, I am doing my June 2018 webinar on Monday. So tomorrow, May 28th, 2018 at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are interested in joining me live, you can sign up at the link down below in my description box. In it, I'm going to be talking about what's going on in June, why I think it's going to be a very different month from what we've been experiencing. The word I've been throwing around is fate, destiny. I think it's going to happen this month. If there's anything that comes into your life this month, and if there's anything that leaves your life this month, I think it's for a reason. Something that is meant to happen in this month. We may have to feel things out in the dark a little bit, feel more with our heart and less with some other things going on here, less with our mind, less with our passion in order to get some of the things that we want done, okay? Yeah, feeling with the heart. I like that. Could come in because there could be a lot of unexpected things that go on, but I think in the end, if we're just patient, we'll see, maybe not this month, but months later, what it is that they were all about. Okay, so that's this month. The second announcement I want to mention, my webinar for May 2018, it's on sale. If you want to review this month, what happened? We had Uranus and Taurus changing signs, a major alignment here, bringing a massive shift that will last us for the next 8 years. So if you want to see what that was all about, what the start of it was like, especially if you had anything crazy come up this month, please check that out at the link down below in my description box too, to see how May affected you and to hopefully help you make sense of it in more positive ways moving forward, okay? So that's what I'm going to mention there. Now for your horoscope. Yeah, I think that's it. I want to do a full moon video. I just don't know if I'm going to get to it. Sometimes sitting in front of a camera for that long is hard for me, and so I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do. I'm trying to go to the gym. I'm like, maybe I just need to go to the gym once a day, and maybe that'll make it easier for me when I do sit down to actually film. So still working some of those things out. But I will at least try to get a full moon preview to you of what that will be like, a separate video from my daily at least. So we'll see. Yeah, now for your horoscope, I'm going to start with the moon today in Scorpio. Okay, the moon in Scorpio is one all about feelings, the water sign, emotions, deep emotions, hidden underneath the surface, getting in touch with your core, with your deepest desires, with what you really want. That comes in with the moon in Scorpio. Also, as well, you get finances, paying off debts. Big financial investments come in with Scorpio, as well as your sexual and intimate relationships with other people. Maybe working some of those things out, negotiating as well can come in with Scorpio, okay? Just again, the moon doesn't necessarily like being in Scorpio. Not that it's a bad thing. It's not bad to have the moon in Scorpio, but just that for many of us, the moon in Scorpio requires us to go a little bit deeper than we normally do go into life, into our experiences, into our own self in order to get some of the answers that we want and need, which could make it a little bit more challenging. Okay, so that's what's going on. Now, late yesterday and into today, we had this moon in Scorpio actually making a very pretty aspect to Saturn. And I'm going to be honest with you, I like this moon in Scorpio today. It's making a bunch of beautiful aspects today that maybe it wasn't making yesterday. Okay, but anyways, last night we had this moon in Scorpio make a sextile over to Saturn, which I think was very pretty. I think at the very, very end of yesterday, giving us a chance to hopefully get some more control over our emotions, to understand better what it is that we're feeling, okay, so that we can do more of what it is that we need to put our life in a better place, or so that we can feel better about where our life is going. Maybe after we've gotten in touch with some of our deep emotions, I think this alignment at the nighttime was helping you to organize and to control what it is that you were feeling so that you could start to put your life in a better direction, okay? So I really like that. Right? Then after that happens at 1 a.m. this morning, I'm talking today now, Mountain Time, the moon makes a trine over to Venus. Again, I like that because it's a trine, because both of these are water signs, because the moon and Venus are very friendly. So I think this could give us a chance at 1 a.m. this morning, after we've gotten some emotional control with the sextile to Saturn, to hopefully start to understand more, even more deeply what's going on inside us, in our hearts, emotionally, what we want and need to build more of a solid foundation situation in life that can support our life, where we want our life to go, some direction that we're trying to put our life in. Okay, and I do like this alignment to help us really understand, to feel out what is going on inside us with our relationships, with our money, with just who we are, to hopefully help us to uncover anything that's stopping us and to feel much better about what's been going on in our life lately. Maybe even to make some adjustments to our internal emotional states so that we can come out on the other side of this crazy past few months of the year feeling much better about it. Okay, and I really just like it. I like this trine to Venus at 1 a.m. to help transform you and heal you almost, even though Chiron's not really involved. But I think to transform you from the inside out, to help you feel much better about where your life is going, and to create some more of the stability and the comfort in your life that you need to support some of these feelings and things that you may be realizing. Okay, so that's there at 1 a.m. Then at 2 p.m., so now in the afternoon, quite a few hours later, Mountain Time, the moon comes off of this trine to Venus and it makes a conjunction to Jupiter. Again, that's also very positive, helping you to get in touch with what it is that you're really feeling, to understand your feelings, to understand what changes you need to make changes in more of a positive sense, to get a handle on your emotions so that you can wrangle them in a positive way. Okay, so I do like that there, helping you to make sense of your life, transform yourself, your feelings, so that you can put your life in a better situation, feeling comfortable about it all. Okay, the same time that the moon's going to come over this conjunction with Jupiter at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, it's also going to trine Neptune, because Jupiter and Neptune are currently in a trine. And what that's going to bring around 2 p.m., I think, again, these are all water signs making the trine, a chance for you to really start to understand what's going on inside you, what you need intuitively, spiritually, to overcome the past, to move forward, so that you can feel more whole, to feel more at peace with your life, with what's going on inside you. All right, so I don't know, I just like it. I like it with all these water signs, with all these trines, the Earth, Saturn and Capricorn here, really helping you to get a handle on your feelings, to understand what you're feeling, to see more deeply behind what you're saying, thinking, what the other people are saying and thinking, to get to the real nuggets of truth of the situation, and to see them with more clarity, more insight, more peace than you have before, to help you figure out how you need to move forward in a way that works better now that you know truly what's going on with you and have gotten a handle on it. All right, that's what I see there. The next thing that'll happen will be quite a few hours later, again at 10 p.m. Mountain Time and at 10 p.m. Mountain Time. Another beautiful thing, the moon moves a little bit further through Scorpio and comes into a sextile with Pluto. You all know I like sextiles. Pluto's an earth sign. And earth sign and water signs do well together. So I think, again, really helping you to transform yourself, to change where you thought your life was going, so that you can start to feel better about it, so that you can finally start to feel like you're creating more of a life, at least for today, that really resonates with you, so that you can make sense of the past, make sense of everything that's happened to you, evaluate emotionally what's been going on, so that you can start to come at your life from a better perspective, feeling like everything is going to be okay, or at least better than it has been. All right, so I really like this day. I definitely, with all of these water signs, you know, water being internal, emotional, I definitely think it's a big day to be in your feelings, to figure out what's going on inside you. And I like to think to put everything in the proper place, and to have the ability to take what you're feeling and to actually make them into something that is useful for you, that is productive for you, that can help you do more of what you want and need to put your life in a better place, while feeling hopefully more stable and secure in it at the same time. So I really like it. I really like it. I like it. I'm hoping it's as good as I think it's gonna be, because I'm feeling like I need that. Like, my routines, I'm starting to get better. I'm feeling more confident about all the stuff that I'm doing with astrology, my videos. There's just something like emotionally, I was like, that needs to be worked out here before I can start to like have less hang-ups about my life. And so I'm hoping that this will do it. Part of me is like, I just need like a week to get in touch with myself emotionally to figure everything out before I can, I think, like have a routine that works better. But I'm like, that's not the way life works. I can't just take a vacation from life, especially when I have all of these things that like I want to do on the day-to-day. So I'm like, sometimes you just gotta like try to make things work in the midst of like chaos. So I'm trying to make that happen, and I'm like getting better with my routine. I'm getting there, but I just need a little bit longer, and I'm hoping this helps me work some of the stuff out inside that I need, because a lot of my roadblocks right now, like when it comes to building my business and doing all my stuff for the astrology, to be honest, is not like physical anymore. Like any like physical roadblocks I seem to have, for the most part, have disappeared. I mean, I get allergies. I had really bad allergies at the beginning of this week. My eyes were like big and swollen, but I think now it's just like, okay, let's figure things out emotionally so that you can be okay with what's going on right now in your life. And hopefully that's coming with this Jupiter trine Neptune and this pretty water placements going on today. So stuff going on in the background. I'll start with Jupiter trine Neptune, since that's where the moon was today. I think really helping us behind the scenes to get right with ourselves, to figure things out emotionally, internally, spiritually, to help us move forward. So I do like this because they're water, because they're slow moving planets. Even though the moon is there today, we may not normally see the transformation taking place behind the scenes, but I really do think there is some transformation going on deep down inside us that is just waiting to make itself known to the world and to come out in a more practical kind of sense. So that's what I see there. We also do have the sun in a trine with Mars. They're following each other a little bit, going about the same speed, although Mars is definitely going slower now. So there could be a lot of thinking, stuff going on in the mind. Even though today is a more emotional day, there could still be your thoughts that are coming in, trying to work things out, see the future, possibilities for the future. I think it's good to think about your life. I've been saying that for most of this week, especially with Mars and the sextile with Chiron. I think it's good to think about your life, where your life is going, possibilities. But I think today, with all of this water stuff going on, you got to maybe take a moment to step away from that to figure things out internally, which will then in turn, I like to think, give you more inspiration for what to think about later on. All right, so we've got that there. The sun also is coming into a sextile with the north node, so I think any conversations, things that we're thinking, especially today, if maybe they're about our feelings and what's going on inside us, maybe that we don't show other people, I think those conversations about those things can help us to get more insight on what we need to move forward, to be happier, to put our life in a better direction, to bring more of the joy back into our life, doing things that really resonate with us with this alignment. All right. Mars is still in a square with Uranus, so there could still be some frustrations, perhaps, that come up, feeling anxious, frustrated about life, about where things are going, nervous energy. But I think really needing to calm yourself down, calm your nerves, take a second here to process everything again today, especially emotionally, so that you can feel better about where your life is going and not feel so anxious. Also with this water trine, I didn't mention today, that's coming up, kind of a water trine, you know, even though it's happening over a much longer period of time with the moon here. Meditation could be good today, being out in nature, being creative, art projects, or just being around people who you feel you can be more open emotionally with can be a very positive experience, very healing for you today if you make space or time for you to do that. All right, and the last thing I'll mention is Venus here in an opposition with Saturn, which to me is like the harder aspect of the bunch, especially because we've been dealing with some of these other ones for a while, and some of them aren't that bad. So there could still be some restrictions here in relationships, feeling like there's maybe some challenges working with other people. It's hard for us to find the comfort in life that it is that we want and need. Maybe when we feel like we do try to work with relationships, things go wrong, or when we do try to feel comfortable in our life, we have some responsibilities that we have to take care of that are hard. So there could be some of that going on in the background. Mercury in a trine with Pluto, some intense conversations, thoughts, negotiations you're trying to work out in your mind between how you work with people and how you do things in order to feel better. That could be a little bit hard. But I do think this moon in Scorpio, making a sextile, very positive aspects to this hard opposition, is helping you here to figure out what do you need in your life in order to put it in the right place and to be comfortable doing it, okay, and to help you give that to yourself today. All right, so that's what I see there. Your card, picked up two. Your card for the day is the 10. It's the 10 of Wands. reversed. I like this card. Normally when this card is reversed, it says you are doing too much and you gotta let it go. And I like that card. I like this card especially. I don't know how many times I've just said water trine and all these water placements in the past like 15 minutes of this video, but I almost see that today. It's like today's almost like a day to, like, I don't want to say like let go of all your responsibilities and like drop all your worries and cares, but I almost do want to say that. I almost feel like today, if you can just take a time out, like to separate yourself from the rat race, from all these responsibilities that you have to do, that you want to do, that are weighing on you, that are important to you or whatever, if you can just take even just like an hour or two away from that to like have time to yourself, or to deal with some of your emotions, or to be in nature or whatever, I think it really is going to help you prioritize, understand what's important to you, focus your energy, figure out what you need to do next and how you need to do it, and to come up with a plan that really can support you moving forward in a much better way. Maybe again with this, there's so much going on in our lives, in our minds, in our hearts, emotionally, with Mars square Uranus, that maybe we're worried and anxious about. And I think this card is saying you gotta let that stuff go. You gotta let it go. You gotta clear your mind, clear your space a little bit in a sense, so that new insights or the right insights can start to bubble up from deep down inside you. You have to give your space to do it. You know, there's a time to think, to process things in your mind, especially with the Sun trine Mars that I've been talking about a lot of this week, which I think we are supposed to do, which I think has been very helpful. But there comes a time, even if it's only for a day, I haven't really looked at what's going to go on tomorrow, but there comes a time when maybe we need to quiet our minds a little bit to allow ourselves to feel things and to see things in other ways. And I think if you can get in touch with your emotions today, or at least give yourself some space to feel what you're feeling intuitively, spiritually, emotionally, it will then help you to have better thoughts, better conversations, envision a better future for yourself with the Sun trine Mars in a way that maybe you haven't recently, that you've been trying to, but that's been difficult. All right, so that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I will talk to you later.